Hi guys, today we are going to be learning about comma usage, and you are going to find out really fast that if you don't have commas in the right spot in a sentence, your sentence can be crazy. So let me show you some examples of sentences that don't sound right without commas. Now commas, just to review, are those little bitty marks that look like this. Doot! They're teeny. That is a comma, and they are used to do lots of things. We learned last week that they are used to separate dates, and they can be used to separate lists, which is what we're going to learn today. And they can just separate words and give a pause in our reading so we know kind of when to stop. So let's take a look at this first sentence, and it says, "Let's eat, Mom." Huh? Okay, now, unless this is a big monster that wants to eat its mom, this makes no sense, right? But what happens if I put a comma right here? Now listen to how it sounds. Let's eat, Mom. Yeah, now it sounds like something you're saying to your mother before dinner, right? Let's eat, Mom. But if you don't have that comma, it sounds like and reads like, let's eat, Mom. No, let's not. Ew. Okay, here's one that is a list of things. And this is what we're going to be learning about today, about how to separate a list of objects using a comma. Right here, this says, I like baking my toys in recess. Do you like baking your toys? Yeah, I like to put like my puzzles in the oven and just bake them a little, get them a little crispy, dip them in some ranch. No? It's not a thing? Yeah, no, it's not a thing. But here's what is a thing. Watch the magic of the comma. I like baking, comma, my toys, comma, and recess. Do you hear how different and much better that sounds? Without commas, it sounds like I like baking my toys and recess. No. I like baking, my toys, and recess. All right, so we looked at those crazy examples. So now, grab your Being a Writer book and turn to page 82. If you would, I'll write the page number up at the top so you don't forget. Page number 82. And we're going to look at commas in a list. So like I was saying, when you have a list of things in a sentence, so let's just say you're like, I have 4 favorite colors and they're red, blue, yellow, and pink. You have to have commas to separate each of those items. Okay, so we're going to circle the commas in these lists in these sentences, okay? So this says Nala can wade, swim, and dive in the pool. Now you can see the 3 things in her list are wade, swim, and dive. And there are 2 commas, one after wade and one after swim. Now you don't have to have one after the 3rd one because you wouldn't pause. You wouldn't say Nala can wade, swim, and dive in the pool, because that wouldn't make any sense, right? So you just don't have to have a comma after the last item in your sentence, okay? All right, this one is a list that has people's names. It says Sasha, Matt, and Lauren watch the swimmers. So our list is people, these 3 people, and there's a comma after Sasha, a comma after Matt, but not a comma after the last thing in the list. Okay, so you don't have to add a comma after that last item. Number 3, we bring tubes, rafts, and kickboards into the water. Oh, this sounds so fun. I wish it was time for pool time. It's still a little chilly outside. All right, so our words are in our list, tubes, rafts, and kickboards. And we have a comma after tubes and a comma after rafts. But do we put one after kickboards? Nope, because it's the last one in our list. All right. Section B says add commas where they're needed in each list. So we just practiced, so I bet you know where they go. So let's underline the things in our list first, because that will help you kind of see it. We hike to the meadow, the pond, and the forest. So meadow is part of our list. The pond, I guess I should say the meadow, the pond, and the forest. Where should I put my commas? Yep, one should go after the meadow, and yep, one should go after the pond. Now, do I need one after the forest? But I do need a period, right? There's a period there because that's the end of the sentence. Sometimes your list might be at the end, or it could be in the middle, or it could be even be at the beginning. All right, Matt sees a frog, a fish, and a dragonfly. So what are our 3 things in our list? Yep, a frog, a fish, a dragonfly. Those are our 3 objects. So where should we put our first comma? In between frog and fish. And then should we put one after, yep, after fish. Good job. All right, do we need one after dragonfly? Nope, because it's at the very end. Lauren sees daisies, dandelions, and buttercups. Flowers. So what are our objects? Yep, daisies, dandelions, buttercups. Okay, where should our first comma go? After daisies. Next one? Yep, after dandelions. Any more? Nope. All right, now we get to write a sentence about 3 things that we see when we go outside. Everybody has a different view at their house, right? What are some things you see in your backyard? I'll write down what I see. I'm going to put in my backyard, I see trees, grass, oops, I don't know what I was going to write there. Trees, grass, and flowers. All right, I'm going to switch pens so I can show you exactly where my commas are going to go. Now, my objects that I can see in my backyard are trees, grass, flowers. So where should my first comma go? Yep, right after trees. In my backyard, I see trees, comma, yep, grass, comma, and flowers. Any more commas? Nope. Okay, good job. All right, let's take a look at page 83. We're only going to do the first part, okay? I love this picture. This picture looks so fun. They look like they're having a really good time. It says, look at the picture and write a sentence that tells 3 things you see, and we're going to use commas to separate. This is on page 83. You can do a letter B if you want to, the one that's down below, where it says, what are 3 things you will do this summer? But we're not going to do that now. You can do it if you want to, but let's do this one. So I'm going to look at the things that are labeled. There are bushes, flowers, frog, pond, children, butterflies, berries. I see kids too. I see campers and a camp counselor. I see grass. I bet the sun is shining too. All right, so I'm just going to write, I see, and there's a lot in this picture. It said we only had to pick 3, but I'm going to actually do 4 because I want you to see what you do if you have more than 3. Because guess what? It's the same thing. All right, so I see a frog. And it's almost like having a word bank. So I'm going to cross out the word frog. I see a frog, flowers, and I'm not writing my commas as I go. When you get really good at it, you'll write your commas as you go. But I'm going to leave them out so we can do them together. I see a frog, flowers, a pond, and some berries. So I did 4 things. and some berries. All right, I'm going to cross out berries. Oh, and pond. I used pond. Okay. And then I'm going to go back and underline all the things in my list. Now, you don't need to do this when you write a sentence when we do writing in class. It's just to help you really notice where those things are in the list. So it's frog, flowers, pond, berries. All right, so where do I put my commas? Yep, I'm going to put one after frog. Where's the next one go? Yep, after flowers. Good. Yep, after pond. Any more? Nope. That's it, because berries is the last thing. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 things. We could list 12 things. We just have to make sure we have a comma that separates each thing so that you don't have just this big blob of words, because it makes it really hard to read when you don't have commas in your sentences. All right, you guys did a great job.